Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel. As you can tell, this is one of the very first videos I've done on this specific channel, so if you like your reading, please do like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you can see your reading for next month as well. So I have many decks here. As you can see, we're going to do a whole general reading. This is not a spread that you will see done ever again or before. It's not a Celtic cross or anything. This is my own signature spread that I have created. So at the bottom of the deck, I do want to kind of set the tone for what the reading is going to be like. We have the swan here, which is about being graceful, gentle, flowy. Courage, again, we have that water, those waves there, which you know all about because you're a water sign. This here, tangibility, making your dreams real. And here as well, very similar imagery. This would be the 10 of water. And then we have even more water here. Splitting apart, it says. So impermanence, collapse, deterioration, separation, letting go, surrender, eliminating the old, and kind of a death card here. But for the most part, it's feathers laying across a very gentle stream. And then we have rock bottom. We'll get to the bottom of that there as I hold it to you upside down. Another 10 as well. And as you know, 10s are going to be all about new beginnings and stopping a cycle to start something new. And then the deer, which is gentleness, be kind to yourself and to in your surroundings. Nature. Sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air, and remember who you are and where you want to be. Okay, so that is a very specific general tone for the reading. We'll go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start with the dreams of Gaia, and some of these are just going to be for clarifiers, but we're going to start there, and you will see it go through a whole sequence. We're going to cycle through this and get to the bottom of what's going on with you. Okay, hope you are all enjoying and surviving the Mercury retrograde, which is going to be heightened until March 10th. So here's going to be your center. Messages from the spirit realm. Your next forward action. Your past. And we'll get one more here. Perfect. Your mindset. And we have one standing up here, which is all about balance. This would be the 11, or I'm sorry, the 6 of air. So just that, remembering that all things do happen for a reason. If you are in kind of a mindset such as this is on the bottom of the deck here. This is another air, which is the 5. So we have the 5 and then the 6. So this is interesting. We'll put the deck upside down here. Let me get them in order. So the 5 and then the 6. So this is about that transformation and transmutation. The air would be kind of your opposing sign, if you will. The 5 is we've removed a mask here and we still have a blindfold, and the dragonflies are here to say there's some sort of illusion here, something that you may not be seeing. So we'll go ahead and dive deeper into that. And this will remain the bottom of the deck, therefore clarifier. So right in the center, we have the King of Fire. And I don't usually do role reversals, so you will see me turn the cards over quite often. So forgive me, that's just kind of the way it goes. So this could actually be another person, like a Leo, because we have the lion here, in your sector or close to you, altering, or it could be like a cross-watching situation, which is okay. I'm all for it. But we're going to put that right in the center. We will get some clarity there. The fire would just be creation, forward movement, momentum, those goals, right? Setting those goals. And then where we're going to go is the past. We have a love situation, perhaps with a Leo, because we had that fire sign there, or just any kind of a fire sign. Your mindset is in that alignment. Perfect. You're doing the work. You're getting those chakras aligned. And then up here in the spirit realm, messages. we have this beautiful seven of water. And a lot of times the sevens are going to be challenging, but this is actually a very beautiful message about being the commander of your experience. So coming back to at the very beginning, going through the bottom of the deck there was like this beautiful command and control that's happening. And that's just essentially your manifestation power. And then forward movement going into the future, interesting. We have this water sign here, which is the 5 of water. And it's a little bit of a closed down energy. She's looking down. She's, excuse me, not really understanding this beautiful beam of light that's coming down on her. So let's get some clarity going. So again, this was the Dreams of Gaia, and I will post in the description box which decks that I use, as well as all of the information about how to book your own personal reading rather than something that's general. Then we can get to the bottom of what's going on here. Okay, so this is going to be the momentum of your mindset. And we have this great bear, right? This is the Queen of Stones, so it would be the Queen of Pentacles. This is a protector energy. It's a motherly energy. We will see here. So there is this want to protect yourself and your inner alignment, perhaps the world at large, you know, working with humanity in some way. And then let's see what the momentum is for your forward action. The Sun card, the Sun of Life, as it's told here. Okay, so that action is most definitely, look at how amazing this is. You in the cave, sort of doing your realignment work, working with spirit guides and, you know, meditation and things like that. You come out of the cave ready to fight for what you believe in, for what you want in the world. You have this creative energy that's behind you that is fueling you. That again, we see here in the Sun card, you're ready for more, you're ready to absorb this beautiful light. And then in the future, and your actions do not reflect that power. It's almost like this cycle of going back to realignment. So let's get to the bottom of this here. Quite literally. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have a 9 of vessels, which would be the 9 of cups. And it's about options. There's different, you know, opportunities surrounding you here. And you're in that meditative state. You're here to attract. So if only you opened your eyes, you would see all of the beautiful things around you, all of the beautiful opportunities. So I think that you are in a transformative space. You're in a space to manifest and to work on your connection to source and your angels and your spirit team. So let's see a little bit more into what the spirit team has to say for you today. Happiness, focus on those rainbows and butterflies, right? But no, this is, the dolphins are about life mana. So this is about finding what brings you joy and to create kind of this dance with life, right? So rather than letting the turbulence move you, you know, you can go with the flow and just be fine with that. But then you can also use your hands and paddle and move that energy around. So, you know, a lot of really beautiful water energy here. And let's see, we're going to get one more from the same deck here. And this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Opportunity. So again, with that 9 of Cups, there are so many options, right? So it might be a dark sky. We might be in kind of a rock bottom situation. We might be surrounded by other people with doubts. We may have other opinions that are trying to keep us stuck or tied down, or we might be just feeling stuck in a situation that we're in. But the universe is here to say there are opportunities here for you. You can climb out of the water and go for a walk. You can look up at the night sky and see all of those beautiful opportunities for you. So the bottom of the deck here, just as a clarifier, miracles. Again, the rainbows and the butterflies are here. So we have this double rainbow in a desert scene, and it is called miracles. So just that remembering that you are here to create your own experience. You've been doing the inner work, and now it's kind of time to do that outer work and not get in your own head when it comes time to take action, which I totally understand, especially if you are doing any kind of an entrepreneurship journey or, you know, a spiritual business online, something to that effect. It's easy to talk ourselves out of taking that action, because we're going to be compared to other accounts online. We're going to be looked at in a certain way, right? So that perhaps a love relationship or somebody in the past may have taken that love away, something to that effect. So let's get a idea here on what needs to be expressed. What is the expression here with this forward action that would be the most beneficial for Scorpios to take action in March 2020? Okay, very beautiful. Solitude. Now, it would have been upside down had I not flipped it. So you need to be very careful about what you're doing in your alone time, right? So what is the vibration of what it is that you're doing when you have your own space and you are alone with yourself? Two options here. One of them, looking down, looking at the past perhaps, getting caught up in what is the surroundings, so that the opportunities that surround you here with the 9 might look more like chaos. It's a little bit difficult to look at every opportunity and get excited about it, right? And let it cause happiness and let us, you know, relish in the ocean or sink to the bottom here. And even though we're surrounded by colors, the light is falling on our face, we still are just thinking and getting caught up in the past or getting caught up in hidden desires that have yet to come forward. So when you are in your solitary state, and this is kind of a tower card, right? And at the very beginning, we had a card here that did talk about upheavals, and it talked about collapse, deterioration. Just the very oh, what do I say? The original tarot card that is the Tower is kind of coming forward here, but it's because there is a new beginning. We have lots of 10s and 5s and even numbers. So just be very cautious about what it is that you do when you are alone with yourself, specifically around creating your goals. So what I'd like to do next is talk about what might be suppressed and what is keeping you stuck, perhaps, keeping you feeling upset, maybe relishing in this past relationship that's been maybe just going on a highlight reel in your mind. Interesting. So this was at the bottom of the deck at the very beginning, and it says about making your dreams real. Okay, so we might have had a situation in the past where your lover talked you out of things. So let's get a clarifier for that same position. I'm going to go ahead and just layer them right on top here. Beautiful. Feeling loved and feeling proud. Interesting. Okay, so we have this woman figure, and she's holding on to a bird. And the birds are all about letting your dreams soar, right? And it's also about messages. So this says feeling loved and proud, you know? And so this means that perhaps the person in your past relationship said, hold that all in. You can't possibly tell people that this is your idea, that this is what you want, that your desires are silly, or that you are too lazy to make this happen. Yes, that has been something that's on your mind or on their mind, is that you're too lazy and it couldn't possibly happen for you. Very interesting to have coming out with these chain of events, because this is your mind getting in the way, and then we have other people's voices in our head also telling us what not to do, what to do, keeping us stuck, keeping us stagnant. So we have here vertigo, which is such an interesting word choice. Whatever you choose will be correct. So this is about you. It's not about anyone else. Even though we have a past relationship here, or someone from the past who is trying to keep our decisions stagnant and keep us from moving forward, we still really need to set those intentions to let that go and let the goals that we have be for us, not for anybody else ever. So very interesting take there. Okay, we have a revolution. Beautiful. Transformation, a radical change, giving up the old to make way for the new, and a quantum leap. Love, love, love that. This is very fiery. We have like these fiery wings that are opening up, and it just goes hand in hand here with that bit from your core. Now, I thought this was interesting about this image. There's the person here, and they are looking down, and all of the fiery energy is coming from the mind. And then we have this other face down here, someone who's looking in and saying, I don't know about all this. And And this could be, you know, the devil and the angel on the shoulder, but I think this might be somebody from the past who is saying, you know, who's keeping us stuck, and the conversation continues even though they might be long gone, or the relationship is no longer current, or this is somebody who might still be in your experience, but the let me think here for just 1 second. Okay. There may be somebody from your past who you were in a relationship with, a love relationship or a parental relationship. It doesn't really matter. This is just the Two of Cups. So this is just emotions overflowing. It does not have to be a love relationship. But I do believe that there is somebody else who has dominated your thought process. So for that we have details, details. I really love this. The magnifying glass underneath there says clarity. And there's books, and there's magic, and there's little gnome hats and compass, and the candle is burning. So this is perhaps about losing sleep around the details of the situation. And for that, the universe has to say, and I saw this the other day on source messages. It said, dream big, detail small. So you can see that the books are stacked high, and the open notebooks are stacked high. So this is more about small tidbits of information that make radical change. So yes, we need to keep our emotions in check around what we believe to be true, but then also understanding that yes, we create our reality, but no, it does not have to be difficult. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the compass. So beautiful duality there. We have the compass over on this side, and then again, the compass is open. So there's a direction that you want to go, but you don't feel as though it is trustworthy. And the universe is here to say, point your compass and just go for it. So very beautiful message there. And all of these on the bottom of the deck are just going to be clarifiers. I like to kind of surround the reading in all of the different decks that I have. Obviously, I don't always use all of the decks, but the reading is quite quick, and so I like to give lots and lots of clarity to the emotions that we're feeling. So these are going to be the animal message. We have the opossum. So I really love this. This is called a diversion in the keyword here, but to me this is more about you going your own way regardless of what other people think. So sometimes we might have to play dead or pretend in one way or another in order for people to get off our back, right? To stop trying to dictate the next steps and what we do and what we're capable of. So once they are off your back, then, okay, we can come back to, and this came right back onto the bottom of the deck, our own graceful flow, our own ability to move the water in the way that we want, not in just this turbulent wave that keeps us crashing and moving, and not necessarily on a standstill either, right? This stagnant type energy is not necessarily needed. Instead, we get to fly and float and swim. We can be this duality in the world. And we have to kind of get people to stop trying to dictate the situation. So very much about going your own way and paving your own path, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pull a Magical Times empowerment card. These are quite cute. They're very mystical, very cutesy. There's like elves and fairies and that type of thing. Not always my jam, but I do very much like this deck. Okay, so we have this frog energy, more water, right? And then the lotus down at the bottom, and lotus only will grow in muddy water. And again, we have the dragonflies. Dragonflies have come through a lot, which just means there's illusions going around, which means there are a couple different things that you might not be aware of or that you do not know to be true. And the universe wants you to know them to be true, to avoid this situation right here. Because what's going on is in the mind. And it's other people's thoughts, other people's beliefs. So we have to differentiate what is their belief and what is mine. What do I know to be true because of my own spirit guides, because of what I have been taught in my meditative state? You have to trust that. You have to trust your own alignment practice in order to move forward. So we have find your heart's rhythm. Step lightly and swing with the melody. Close your eyes and let joy lead the way. Quite beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna do something that I've seen a couple other YouTubers do where I rearrange the whole cards. So this will take me just a moment. I might rant just a little bit. I kind of knew this card was going to come up. It's just right on the other side of the bottom. It says the flashover. It's all in your head. So again, where all of these details and all of this mindset stuff, look at how the vibration is the same in these two women. And it doesn't mean that you are female or overly feminine or anything to that nature. It just means that both characters are going through the same vibration of mindset stuff that's kind of a low vibe. And allow yourself time for those moments in life. We don't have to judge that that is where we are. It's just a matter of, you know, revealing the next step and trusting that we know what that is and we don't need anybody else to tell us. So I'm going to throw a bunch of cards. I know sometimes people think it's super crazy and super weird to do that. Both of these were part of it. We do have the Mother card here. So when we talked about the past relationship, and it could be a lover, but it could also be a mother figure. We have the 9 there, and right next to it on the bottom of the deck here, ecstasy, the dance, right? So that's a beautiful duality there. Dancing with the energies of the universe. So we'll go ahead and throw that in. Of course, I will always be down for more cards. We have miracles here, and at the bottom, relaxation. So coming back to that sacred space that is yours, that you know your guides are there with you, because you have it. You know that you're an intuitive person. You know that you can tap into the divine whenever you feel, and the opportunities are there for you to have all of these joyful moments and to create your own joy in your own life. So I'm not cleaning up the cards because I'm finished. I'm going to rearrange and tell a little bit of a story, kind of in a situation of like a Lenormand. Okay, so it does take me a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and line them up like this. So we have this beautiful chakra alignment in your mindset of what it is that you've been doing. You've been collecting your opportunities, and you've been enjoying your solitude. This is all kind of one and the same. The vibration here of, I know what I want, and I know where I'm headed. I have the ability to create worlds and move mountains. I know that I have that ability. And quite frankly, it gets me fired up. That ability to move energy is within me. But for some reason, I feel like I need to protect it. And sometimes that protected energy causes me to overthink things. And that overthinking can cause anxiety. And the only reason that I feel this way, that I have to hide or pull back, is simply because, give me one moment, sorry. There's been other people, other influences that cause me to rethink things and create that contrast with my perception. So I get in my own head about what I'm creating. You'll oftentimes see me back away, turn off the lights, cuddle in my blankets, but it leads me to think, what could have been? What could I have created to make my dreams a reality? I didn't go for it then. How could I go for it now? But the universe is here to say, we're protecting you. We're looking over you and giving you all of the keys and the opportunities that you need to move forward with miracles. Understanding that miracles do happen and that you could become a magnet for miracles. And how do we do that? We chase our joy. We dance with the manna of the universe. We see the miracles in the tiny things, and we allow ourselves to soar. Chase that light, that ball of fire. That fiery energy calls to us, and we've been ignoring it, but no longer. We're here to create this beautiful dance with the universe, invoke our own happiness, and put our happiness first. And what we get is this graceful flow, where all of our opportunities work for us, not against us, where we are able to paddle through the turbulent waters, and if it gets too hard, we just fly, right? We're able to swim, fly, walk, and float through life, and it gets to be easy. So let it be easy. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the happiness on top because I really love the color scheme here. So you are a water sign. So of course we have water coming from all different directions. We also have a lot of fire, earth, and air. So it's a good idea to check your other signs, your moon and rising signs, to see what components make up you. For me personally, I'm water and fire and water and fire. I don't have earth and I do not have air. But when fire meets water, we get this beautiful volcanic, solidification. And that is where, when water is added, which I have to consciously do, add my own emotional ties to my manifestation process, then the earthy vibes can thrive. So for you, you are the water sign, but we want to be careful of getting into a solitary state where we close out the rest of the world and say, this is what I'm meant to be and do. I can't have more than that. I couldn't possibly excel past XYZ. So there's limiting beliefs that are happening. So the universe is here to say, follow your joy, believe in miracles, and find a flow that works for you. Find the dance and the happiness pursuits that work best for you. It's not anybody else's business what you create and what you're here to do. You're able to create by design. I'm going to go ahead and move these back to the way that they were because I am OCD like that. So, Scorpio, I hope that this reading was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe so you can be here next month to follow up on this energy. I'd love to see how it progresses and what your intentions are for April. So go ahead and leave me some comments, some love, and I will see you all next month. We'll see you then.